Hey, Coach Abel here, along with Coach Weiss, the Able Body Experts, and this is a Coach 'em Up session. Basically, I want to explain to you why you can't get lean and ripped and put on muscle at the same time. That's a marketing myth of the industry, and is usually used to herd you toward either supplements, diet products, or specific training programs. And the reason this won't work is because leptin is a master hormone. So as soon as you start dropping body fat, leptin, which sends a message to the hypothalamus to increase hunger and other things, but what it also does is it controls testosterone levels, and the testosterone's down regulate, and this is true even in women. Not about having high testosterone, it's about having a certain level of endogenous testosterone.
Just normal levels.
Yeah, to support growth.
Yeah.
So once you start losing body fat, your body will down-regulate testosterone production, and when that happens, it prevents muscle gain because your body assesses you don't have enough energy coming in terms of calories, usually carbohydrates, to support or sustain muscle gain. So I have a very famous expression that everyone quotes that I used 20 years ago, saying you can't sculpt a pebble. And this explains what I've been trying to get at, in that when people write me all the time, I wish I had $1 for everyone that wrote me that, you know, I want to put on 20 pounds of muscle and not gain any fat, or I want to get ripped and lean for the summer, but I want to put on muscle mass. And this is the reason why that's not possible for 90% of the population without drugs or real superior genetics. Coach?
Yeah, when we're talking about, especially with natural athletes, and they think that they're going to maintain a certain level of near competition leanness and put on muscle mass at the same time, well, it just simply doesn't happen. And like you were saying, a lot of people that are relying on the low-carb diets now to try and stay lean, well, they don't realize it, but they're shooting themselves in the foot, because
that's
especially the natural guys, because they are totally dependent on their natural testosterone levels. So in the off season, when they're trying to live on these lower carbohydrate diets, well, they're basically shutting down any hope they have of gaining any muscle mass. So.
And keto diets won't work. That's a whole other Coach 'em Up session, but you want more on that, see my MP3, The Truth About Diet. That'll fascinate you. Explains this in far greater detail as well. So this is a Coach 'em Up on why you can't get lean and gain muscle at the same time. People that tell you can are trying to sell you something. And for all you other people who are maybe competitors and think you're going to get leaner, basically you're going to diet off muscle because of this rule here with the testosterone situation controlled by leptin, which is a master hormone. Hard to get into the specifics of that in a 2 or 3 minute Coach 'em Up segment, but for more information, check out the MP3, The Truth About Diet. Any final thoughts, Coach?
Yeah, it was just something interesting that came to mind when you were talking about the keto diets and stuff like that. A lot of people think they can get around this just by upping their protein intake, and
not how it works.
It's very reliant on carbohydrate and the glycogen in your liver, and obviously that's a big subject to go into too. But
yes,
yeah, if you think you're going to eat more protein and maintain your muscle mass when you're dieting, doesn't
not
work.
going to happen. And it's the glycogen storage that actually signals the reverse effect, which is to have the maximum amount of endogenous testosterone to induce growth and development. So this has been a Coach 'em Up.